guys, and welcome to my channel. I'm Tessa, and today I have a postpartum workout for you. I'm very excited about this workout. This has been highly requested, and so here, I'm finally doing it. Yay! Go me! Woo! Alright, so a little bit about me is I used to be a doula. I am 5.5 years postpartum, so I have been through the process. I know the process very well, and I had such a great response from my previous postpartum videos that I'm really hoping and planning to offer you a lot more of that in the future. So here we are. I do recommend before this workout getting into some of my previous postpartum. So if you're new here, I'm going to go ahead and link where I believe you should begin. So check those out if you haven't already. But let me tell you what we have going on today. We have 3 different circuits. Each circuit has 4 moves. I'll give you 45 seconds to complete each move, and then I got a 15-second break in between, and then we'll repeat everything 2 times through. Okay? So we're going to get our heart rate up. We're going to be toning, and you're going to feel so good at the end of this. So you have 3 rounds. So, and then I'm going to take you through a real quick warm-up before we begin. So like a 4-minute, 30 seconds, a couple moves. You're going to feel ready, and then we're going to do all the hard stuff, and then you're going to be on your way. It's going to go by fast, so I hope you're ready. You will want some free weight dumbbells. I'm probably going to be using my 5s and my 10s, so I'll let you know what I'll be using when I use it. And you'll want maybe a water, a towel, a mat, because we'll be down on the ground just a few times. So, all right, that's all you need to know. Grab your stuff, and let's do this. All right, so let's go ahead and start with some arm swings. Your knees are bent. You're going to push it forward and then push it back. Ooh, really juicing up those shoulders. Just starting to think about that core, stabilizing your body. And reverse it. So bring it forward. And bring those feet wide, toes point forward. We're going to reach down and then shift our weight side to side. Feeling that stretch on that inner thigh. Ooh, sitting back into that booty. Try not to go forward, but weight in that heel. For 3, 2, and 1, bring those feet together, knees are bent, right underneath those hips. I want you to trace your legs back, hinging those hips back, and then bring it forward. So we're going to feel that stretch down your hamstring. So kind of keep it moving. We're not doing static stretching. We're just kind of moving, starting to really warm up our muscles. Getting that blood flowing. And bring it into star step and down. Bringing that weight out. A little mini squat in the center. Last one. And bring your feet right outside of those hips. You're going to reach it down. Reach it forward. Squat down and then bring it up to your toes. So squat and balance all the way up to those toes. Starting to squeeze your core. As you squat, keep that chest open. Whew, my legs are already working. I don't like how it feels. Oh man, I hate this part. All right, good. Arms up. Let's go ahead and reach towards our toes. Tucking those hips under. Pulling your belly button in towards your spine. Exhaling as you reach. And we have scissor jacks, open and close. Feel a stretch across your chest. switch. So stepping back, knee in line with your ankle, arms all the way up by your ears. And as you lower those arms, reach up high so you're feeling that nice stretch in your hip. Woo! We are working out now. That is what is happening. And time. All right, our moment is over. Let me go ahead and set us up for our first movement. My heart rate is high. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and grab my 10. So we'll start heavy today and then work our way down. So I want those toes forward, weight your heels, shoulders back, abs squeezing the whole time. Try your best not to let that go. We're going to squat down, and then we're going to curl that weight up towards our chest, and then nice slow release. Let's go. Squat and curl. Keeping your knees bent at the top. Chest is open, shoulders are back and relaxed down. So if you start to feel yourself shrug a little bit, really try to reset. And go ahead and drop those weights to the side. I'm going to grab my 5 right here. And we have a lunge into a side raise. So from the side, we're going to step it back, let those weights pull you down, step it forward, and then arms come out to a T. We're going to alternate legs. Do it with me. Nice and slow, controlled movements. We want that weight evenly distributed throughout that front foot, or a little bit more weight in that heel to really activate that glute hamstring. It helps with balance. Whew, my shoulders are already on fire. And beautiful. We're going to bring it down to the ground. So we set those weights down in a kneeling position, hands on the floor, tabletop. We're going to sit back into a child's pose. Then we're going to bring it forward into a kneeling push-up. So think about stretch and push-up. Now, if that push-up is a little, you're like, no thank you. I want you to bring it up to a tabletop position and go from there. Okay, so we'll be working on building up that upper body strength. But if you can bring it all the way to a kneeling, make sure that core is pulling in. You're rounding out your spine. Inhale. Exhale your way to the top. Last one. Beautiful. Bring it onto your back. We're going to be doing some dead bugs. So we're going to start with our legs at tabletop, hips tilted in towards our rib cage. TVA is wrapping around. We're going to press our hands into our knees. So I'm just going to start right there. Press, press, press. And you're going to extend that leg out to your degree of control. One arm goes overhead, same arm, same leg, and then bring it on in. Same arm, same leg. Bring it on in. You're going to inhale, and then exhale as you close. Always pressing your palms into the tops of your knees. Lower back pressing into the floor. No arching. If you feel that arch happening, you're dropping that leg too far, which might be straight. It might be like where your leg is straight up. You're like, that looks like nothing, but it feels like something. That's right exactly where you need to be. Beautiful. Woo! All right, let's go ahead and take a little tiny break. Right here, grab some water. Those are the 4 moves that we are starting with, and we're going to do everything just one more time. So it shouldn't be too bad. It's really that third round that just makes you hate it, right? All right, so grab your weights handy. Remember, going over form, toes forward, weight in those heels, and if your feet start to gravitate outwardly, that's perfectly normal. I just want you to try to focus on keeping those toes forward every single squat. Here we go. Curling those pinkies in. Weight in those heels, sitting back into your imaginary chair, and as you do, you are squeezing your abdominals. Whew. Beautiful. Set that down. Grabbing your lighter weight for that reverse lunge. We're alternating legs. Arms out to a T. Get ready. 45 seconds. Here we go. If you want to take this up a notch, you can. You can bring that into a balance before you switch legs. Anytime we are focusing on that balance, we are targeting that core strength, that core control. You start to feel off balance, you just squeeze your abdominals. And perfect. All right, first part, our kneeling push-up. Child's pose. Go at your own pace. If you only get 2 or 3 in, that's perfectly fine. We want to make sure we're getting as deep as we can into that push-up, starting back. Bring it forward, all the way down if you need to. Big exhale, up, and back. If you're still working with tabletop, you're still working with tabletop, and I want you to try to get as deep as you can. Keeping that chest open, shoulders down, back, shoulder blades on top of your back, not rounded, all right? Woo. All right, onto our backs for our dead bug. Feet lifted, tilt those hips to begin with so that lower back is pressing against the mat, pressing those hands in towards your knees. Same arm, same leg. Here we go. Keeping that scoop in your lower spine. Inhale as you extend every single time. Exhale as you bring to a close every single time. Don't worry what my leg is doing. I want you to focus on where you are right now, fighting for that control. If you see any doming happening, I want you to pause, shake it out, reset, and just work on that tilting and exhaling that breath. Beautiful. Exhaling that breath. Think about wrapping that inner abdominal, that transverse layer. All right, moving on. We are going to be using our 5s to 7s. So we're going to do a nice big wide step. Weight in the heel. You're going to sit back into that lunge. Chest is open. Weight in that heel. You're going to press it off. So sorry, we're going to lunge. We're going to fly. And then you're going to press it off. Same leg for the full 45. You ready? Try it with me. Make sure the shoulders stay down, your elbows are bent, and they're right in line kind of with that mid-section of the body. So not too forward, not too far back. Sitting back, squeezing those shoulder blades together at the top. Ooh, that leg is getting tired. Whew. And shake it out. Wow. We're going to switch to the other side. Same thing, big wide step, sit back into your heel. We have a fly at the bottom, which is the hardest part because we're holding that lunge. We're squeezing that core as we press off. Don't forget about that press. That press is a part of it, and it's no bueno. But it's making that leg work. I'm tired already. Okay. Shoulders pressing down. Chest stays open. If you find yourself rounding out and doing one of those things, I want you to reset, readjust, because we don't want any hunch backs. All right, you might want to stay within that 5 to 7 range. Today I'm going to use my 10s. We're going to be bent over. We have a row. We're going to kick back, release, and down. So pull, kick, and down. Working our back again. So double back work today into a tricep kickback. So we're working that back of that arm. You need to kind of bring it up, readjust, and then make sure that you're bending your knees, your lower back is flat. Oh, I don't like it. All right. Go ahead and bring it on down to the ground. We're going to be doing our bridges lifts. So feet right underneath you, hands by your side, shoulders down. We're just going to lift up, pressing our weight into our heels and release. Don't come down. So we're not down here resting. We are just pulsing down and then squeezing your glutes at the top. Toes lifted off of the floor. So we're really working your hamstrings and your glutes. For 5. Woo! Go ahead and bring those knees in and round out that lower back. Whoa, that was on fire. I'm going to windshield my knees if you're feeling any lower back tightness. We're working the entire back side of this round. I don't know if you noticed. Oh, but I'm sweating now. All right, walk it out. We have our little mini break right here. But it's almost over. It's not long enough. Grab your weights. Dang it. All right. I'm going to go ahead and start on the other side. If you want to take this round up a notch, we're going to push off into a balance, really squeezing your abdominals. And if you're like, I'm all over the place, I can't keep my balance. That's okay. That's exactly a part of that process. So things don't just happen. You have to kind of work for it, right? You have to find that strength. So that's going to be perfectly normal to find yourself wobbling, falling. Just get back into it and try and try and try. The cool thing about the core is it's got great muscle memory. And it doesn't take long. Okay. My heart rate is getting up there. Whoo! 3, 2, other side. Sink it down. Whoops. I always forget that fly. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Lower back stays flat. Shoulders are down. Okay, I'm tired. And we have that row into our kickback. This time around, if you're ready to take it up a notch, we're going to build that tricep kickback. So we have a row, kickback, row, 2 kickbacks, and so on and so forth. So squeezing, holding that weight up nice and high. That's for 3. Going for 4 until that timer runs out. If you need to bring it up, readjust, that's perfectly fine. Make sure that lower back stays nice and flat, shoulders are down. Whoo, it's hard. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. Oh my gosh. All right, stay by the bell. Bringing it down into bridges this time around. I want your weight only in those toes. So, heels lifted, weight in your toes, shoulders down. And you're going to be lifting, squeeze, the same thing. Same thing. Now we're working more of the quadricep. We're still working your glutes and hamstrings, so still in lower back. But by eliminating those heels, we're working that quad a lot more. If you want to take it up a notch, you can add a weight to your hips. So like a 5 or 10 pounder, holding that weight on your hip. Lower and lift and squeeze. Don't forget the squeeze. So many of us want to just rush through this and get in 45 reps in 45 seconds. Don't make that your goal, please. Whoa, slow and controlled is where it's at. All right. Whew. My lower back. Feeling that burn. All right, moving on. This is our final circuit. Yay. Let's go ahead and set up for it. All right, so I'm going to be using my 5s, or if you only have like 110, you can use 110. We're going to be in a sumo squat into a front raise. So I'm going to bring it down, up, those knees stay bent, and then you're going to lift it straight up. So never lock those knees up at the top, all right? We're not up here resting, okay, unfortunately. So keep those knees bent in line with those toes, and booties are tucked under. So booties tucked under, bring it down, up, front, and lower. This is not a forward squat, so if you feel yourself leaning forward into it, that is not what we were doing. Tuck that booty under, and we're running straight up and down. Whew. Nice and slow and controlled. Feel that weight pull you on down to the floor. Ooh. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to use my 10s for this next one. We have a curl into a shoulder press. So curl here, we're gonna rotate up, bring it down, and here we're gonna build on top of this one. So our second rep is gonna be with 2 presses, and then 3, and then so on and so forth. And then release. I've got 4. Going at your pace, and your pace only. Shoulders down as you curl, and then press them up all the way together at the top. I hate working my shoulders. I like genuinely hate shoulder work. So, I'm sorry. Okay, cool. It's over. All right, go ahead and bring it on down to your hands and your knees for a bird dog. I love this movement so much. I do this one a lot postpartum. We're gonna kick one leg up. We'll extend one arm. We're gonna round it all out. Exhaling, you're drawing in your core. You're gonna lift it up, keeping that spine neutral, and then switch. So spine neutral as you lift, so no arching that lower back. Don't do that. We're gonna round it out, back to neutral, and switch. Nice and slow and controlled. Feeling that lift in your glute as you extend that leg behind you. Keeping that TVA wrapped around that torso. Inhale, drawing your belly button in. And beautiful. I love that movement. It just feels so good on my back. Okay. Hands by your side. Feet at tabletop. We're going to be doing some leg switches. Lower and scoop. Lowering that leg to that point of control. So again, tilting that hip. Back, pressing against the floor. If you're up here and you're like, this is as much as I can give you, great. I want you to be completely connected to your abdominals, to your body, and knowing what your limits are is going to be absolutely key to building back that core postpartum. So lowering to that point where you're like, oh my God, okay, yeah, I can feel that. And that lower abdominal. And time. Whew, okay, this might be my favorite round. Except for the shoulder presses. I hate those, but we can do it. We only have one more round, and then we are done. I am very sweaty. I hope you are too. We're going to start with that. We're doing the sumo into the front raise. So toes turned out. We still have some time. I'm just rushing through it because I want to be over with. Okay. Knees are stay bent. If you want to take this one up a notch, you can add a double bounce. So we can go 1, 2, and then lift. So adding a little bit more tension in that lower half for our final round. Shoulders stay down and back. Don't let them creep up on you. Especially, we are tired. Beautiful. All right. We have that curl into our build shoulder press. Building on top of each other. Nice and slow and controlled, starting palms up. Here we go. Core is pulling in, no swaying of the lower back. Knees can be bent. of my favorite movements for last to just boost that attitude. Whew. All right, yay. Put those weights down. Bring it on down to your bird dog. Opposite hand to leg, lift, spine is neutral, and then you're gonna round it up, pulling your belly button in, wrapping that core, and then repeat other side. Back to neutral, and lifting that arm up all the way next to that ear. For some of us, that flexibility and that range of motion in our shoulder is quite difficult. So really, really fight to get that arm all the way up. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Perfect. Bringing it onto our backs for the last time. We have our leg switch. Hands by our side, hips tilted in towards our rib cage, back flat. Inhale, exhale. Every time you exhale, imagine that transverse abdominal wrapping around you, getting that nice sweet hug. Lowering to that point of positive tension. Not I'm gonna kill myself or I'm gonna hurt myself. Feeling that I gotta work for something feeling. Because it's there, it's just a matter of reaching for it. All right, whoo, we did it. Go ahead and pull onto your side, slowly come on up. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go ahead and link my 10-minute postpartum core. I absolutely love that routine. So if you're feeling a little more core, go ahead and do that now. I think it's like 10 minutes exactly. But thank you so much for joining me today. That was wonderful. Oh my gosh, I just love getting back into my postpartum headspace. You have no idea how much that season meant to me, and I know how important it is for you. So thank you for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you're sweaty. Grab some water. Give yourself a nice cool stretch down if you need it, and I'll see you here next time. Bye.